Welcome to 30 minutes of moving meditation. My name's Gwen, and I'll be your guide. This is Leo. He'll be in and out of the practice. I hardly ever practice without him. So get yourself comfortable. You might want to start with legs up the wall. You can come into fetal position, right on your side, with your feet against the wall, and then gently walk your feet up the wall. Or if you have a bolster, c'est ça, like this, or maybe a cushion. I'm going to use a bolster with a block. So if you have a block handy or a book, you can place that under the head of the bolster. You can use a blanket if you have it handy. Any which way that you'd like to center in. This is the centering in part of the practice. So we'll come into a breathing exercise. So if you're using the bolster, go ahead and root it into your back here. And let your spine just lay right down with your eyes closed, arms out. Notice your starting point today. What you've come here on your mat with. What is that underlying emotional body, that state of being? Is it rushy? Is it calm? Is it heavy? Is it light? Notice the mind, if it's clear. Does it feel cloudy, misty? There's that connection there. And let's dive a little deeper into the breath now. So into that internal state. So go ahead and anchor all of that attention onto your breath now. And notice that inhale and all the coolness coming in and the belly rising on the inhale. And as you exhale, the heaviness coming throughout the body and the sides drawing in. All those qualities of your breath. You may come up with a few of your own. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths here before we start. If the knees are bent, you can lightly lengthen if you're laying on your back. Of course, if your legs are up the wall, any which way that feels good, or maybe you have your legs up on a chair. So 2 cleansing breaths now. Nice big inhale. Drop the jaw, an audible exhale. Just a we've landed, yay. And then again, nice big inhale deeply. Audible exhale. And then we'll start on your next inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Out 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Out 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last one. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. As the air gently seeps out, pierce the lips like you're blowing out a candle. Notice how slow and long the breath becomes. Then a light that'll dive right back into your breath. Notice the quality of the body here after that breath, coming into the exhale. That apana breath, that downward and outward winds. You might feel quite spacious here. Nice. So in this part of the practice, I like to bring an intention in. So what are you calling into your life here? What is that next stage of mastery that you want to explore? It can be simple. And then we'll add in a little bit of abundance of, or a lot of abundance of well-being and willpower and wealth. Abundance of all creature comforts. Think about something that you're grateful for. Let that be the glue, that magnet to all that magic. We'll place that into our heart center. We'll leave it to be the spark to our practice now. So go ahead and roll down from the wall or the couch or roll right off of your bolster, your cushion. Clear the runway, so go ahead and just shift it off to the side. Feel your back body, your starting point. And just notice right from the back of the skull to the heels, our alignment from one side to the other. Go ahead and follow the heels up to the calf and feel one side and then the other, possibly touching or not. And then go ahead and come into the upper legs and feel one side and the other, a fullness or a lightness on one, not so much on the other. They might be even. And then all the way into the sit bones and notice that evenness or unevenness. Up into the lower spine, the lower back, our shock absorber. Notice that sensation. And how high is it off your mat? Down through the mid-back, the back of the heart, our thoracic spine, broad and wide through the shoulders, a beautiful lift of the neck, and heavy through the back of the skull. From here we're going to come into some G.S.Y, some gentle somatic yoga. Yum, yum. So go ahead and bring your arms out. We're coming into flamingo, a full body integrative move, one of my favorites. So in somatics, just remember that it's like meandering through a forest. So walking one step at a time. Please take your time and observe each little piece, bit by bit. So in this one, we're gently going to press through our feet, lift the sit bones, give them a sway to the right so that you can just roll to your left. Use that lower arm as a pillow. Front arm can be front of you. And you're just resting here. Nice and easy. Then we'll come into it very slowly. So observe the shoulder as you reach out through that lower arm. The head will come down. If that's too far, gently take something like a blanket, place it underneath the head. Take that top arm and rest it in the lower so that you can feel the warmth of the hands, the stacking of the shoulders, one on top of the other. And then here we'll start now by dragging that top hand over the length of the arm to one shoulder through the chest, all the way extending it outward. This effortless effort. Take your time coming back the same way. The hand just feels its way back, nice and heavy. It can outreach that bottom hand a little bit or a lot with the forehead rolling down. Notice what happens to the rest of the body as you move like this. So maybe you notice that top hip rolling back and forth as the arm moves. As slow as you comfortably can. When I add pieces on, give yourself permission to stay where you are. You never have to follow. If this is enough, it's enough. So maybe very lightly now, you can pause. We'll add on now the bottom half from the waist down. Take the top toe, right behind that bottom heel, draw a line down to the bottom of the mat. As you do, the hip rolls down, the forehead rolls down, the hand out reaches that bottom hand. Slowly integrating it all now. The leg can come up in that flamingo part, those flamingo birds, how they stand the leg up. There you go into a beautiful back bend twist here. And then all the way back. So notice where you feel this, that highlighted area inside. Pause where you'd like to pause for a breath, 2 or 3. Or move in a fluid style of movement with this fluid breath. Have some fun exploring. Make it a game. Where's that sensation? Can I get it a little bit smoother? Or can I pause here, and what does that feel like? Wherever you are, how about we finish the one that we're on? We'll come to our backs. A mini Shavasana, so a rest. And we'll come right into a scanning, so allow your awareness to gently draw that imaginary line right up the center. So take that internal highlighter all the way up that midsection and sense and feel one side, all the way from the toes to the hip, to the shoulder, to the forehead. And on the other side, feel the weight, the lightness, the fullness, all those details. Take a nice big inhale here, feel equality, and exhale. The brain loves to learn in contrast, so it's great to pause in these little places and allow the brain to sort and recalibrate during this education process of somatics. So we're going to roll over to the other side. So gently rolling over to your right side. I'm going to spin around so my back's not to you. Go ahead and rest on that side with using either the arm or exactly the way you were on the other side. Palm and palm. Give yourself permission to stay here or gently start floating into it. A light little dragging of that top fingers over the length of the arm, the heart center, the shoulders, and out, extended. Let this be delicious. Feel luxurious. This luxury of time to unwind. Gently drag that top hand back and forth, extending it out, coming into a beautiful twist, bringing it back the same way, bit by bit. You never have to do as many. Maybe you do one or two, or you fluidly move. Forehead down, outreaching that hand. Bringing the lower half in. That top foot comes right behind the heel of that bottom. Draw a line with the big toe down. Gently, softly bring that hip downward. The hand will outreach, forehead down. Then go ahead and drag it. Notice the inseam touching all the way up into the belly. That top arm can outreach into a twist, or however far the body wants to go today. Once you have the gist of the movement in somatics, please close your eyes. You'll notice when the eyes are closed, that sensation, that depth of sensation will heighten. You'll feel a little more. So if you feel complete, you can come onto your back, or you can gently finish the one that you're on. And if you're on your back here, you can sense and feel the whole entire body from temples to toes now. Let's start right on the top, right from our toenails all the way to our shins, to the knees, to the thighs, the hips to the belly, the rib cage to the shoulders, up into where you think your intuition may live, in the forehead, the third eye. Let yourself rest there. And can you feel a brightening? Let the body breathe. Feel the belly ebb and flow, this rise and fall. One more nice smooth inhale. And exhale. Flutter the eyes open. Go ahead up and bend up the knees. Roll over to one side. Press, use that momentum to carry you all the way up. We're going to come into our Hatha section. So a little fierce grace here. Before we come up to hands and knees, and if the knees are sore, go ahead and stick a cushion underneath the shins or the knees, please. Let's come on into our cat and cow. So on your next exhale, go ahead and send the sit bones down. Feel the rib cage rise. The head will lower nice and heavy as you press into the earth. As you inhale, the belly will drop. Sit bones will rise and roll up. Heart shines forward. Exhale, press into those palms, like you're pressing into the sand. Roll into that beautiful rounded back. Then inhale, come into that crescent shaped back bend. Feel and notice how the body is moving. Let the body be the pump to the breath as you inhale, back bend. Exhale, round. Go ahead and come into a neutral spine. Any which way that you can. I'm a big fan of using support. You can lift the right leg back We're going to come into nose to knee connection, so feel your balance here. And then gently bring the nose to the knee and then back. We're going to do that 3 times. If you're feeling a little bit tired or achy today, the wall's a beautiful thing for the foot. Nose to knee connection and then back. And how about one more time here? This next time the leg comes in, bring it all the way through. If it won't come all the way through, use that right hand to help it and support it all the way through now. Use the fingertips. Root all 5 toes of your back foot in to the floor. And we're going to hop it back up when you can. So share the workload for a moment between the front and the back leg. Feel that balance. Come into the front foot more, hop the back leg up a little more, and then all the way. From here you can heel toe your feet a little wider as you walk your hands up. So we want a little wider into the pelvis. You walk your hands up the front of the body. Once you come up, palms together in that deep appreciation. Bring all of your weight into your right foot. We're going to do a little counterbalancing here. Let the left leg become light. Arms come forward. A light little step back of that back leg. Warrior 2. So an open hip posture. So notice the front foot. You can extend the knee. So come long through the leg. Feel that lift. And a light little bend. So notice if the knee is above the ankle. It may be a little bit behind. You don't want it be extending too far. So a little bend. Just feel your tracking muscles working of that front knee. And then the arms can float up, reaching through the elbows. Fingers can be soft. You can be looking forward or back. Just a light little bend of the knee. Notice where it's pointed between the first and second toe in that general direction. We'll pause. You're going to press through the feet now. You'll feel a lift of the thighs away from the pelvis. So notice how you feel as the elbows reach out from the shoulders. And then gently you're going to allow the arms to come on down. We're going to come into revolved warrior by extending through that front leg and coming into that back hand and reaching through that front hand all the way up towards the ceiling. The heel of the hand can reach up, 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 and then go ahead and bend that elbow and bend that front knee. You can keep the gaze forward if the neck is sore, or you can gently bring it up into a little bit of a back bend. If you want more of a back bend in this one, come into that back hand more. The left hand can come into the leg more, bend that front knee more, and go ahead and reach through that back, that top arm. Another beautiful variation, if you want to feel the opposing forces, is take that back hand and reach it forward. Just a light little reach of both arms in opposite directions. So wherever you are, one more breath. Press into the feet, feel a lift up, and then slowly on your next natural breath, let the legs extend up and the arms come on down. Coming into extended warrior, bring the forearm down, press into that back foot as you reach through that top left arm. You can keep the gaze down or you can gently look forward. A light little reach in opposite directions of that foot reaching back, that top hand reaching forward. And then very slowly from here, let yourself windmill down with that arm, all the way down. We're going to come all the way back up into a triangle so that bottom hand is going to reach maybe on the thigh. It can be on the knee or on the shin. Like you're pulling weeds, pull it up so we're not collapsing down. The gaze can be down or up. Wherever you find yourself now, nice big inhale. And then exhale. Slowly press into the feet, let yourself that carry you up. The hips are open. We're coming into an open hip balancing now on this side. So we're going to bring now our hand right by our baby toe edge, about a foot away. You can bring the other hand with it and hop that back foot up. So here we are in half moon. So go ahead and open the hips. The toe is pointed outward. Feel that big toe edge connecting. Feel that connection in the inner leg here all the way up as you press, press, press. You can look down and this could be your pose here. Or if you'd like to bring it a little further, bring the left hand up into the hip. Extend it up by looking down. You can keep the gaze down, or you can bring the gaze up. So play, have some fun. Notice where your balance is today, where your strength is today. And then simply let yourself come on out of it. So slowly now, let yourself come all the way back up. Find that fierce grace. We're going to come right over to the other side. Toes point to the long edge of your mat, and then left foot comes out. Coming into our warrior two on this side, open hips. So a little bend to the knee, arms can float up, they can float down. They can float all the way up as you come down too. So you can fly with this. So many different variations to all of these poses. Notice the tracking muscles on this side. Where is the knee pointed to? Make sure that it's not too much on either direction. So you want to be able to see that big toe. And then we'll pause. Come right into your typical warrior two. Reaching through the elbows, either looking back or looking forward. Press into the feet and feel that lift of the thighs coming away from the pelvis. In through the nose and out through the nose. You can call in your Ujjayi breath through the Hatha section here. Nice. One more breath here. Float the arms down. We'll come into the revolved warrior by bringing that left arm up. Come into the back hand into the thigh. You can look up by pressing through the heel of the hand up. Slowly bend the front knee. Bend that top arm. Reach through those fingers back. Let yourself stay in any of these places that feel good. You're working a little bit, but not too much. So in and out of finding your edge. Press into the feet and maybe take that back hand all the way to the front of the body, to the front of the mat. Feel those opposing forces as you reach back and reach forward, looking where the elbow is pointed. One more breath wherever you find yourself today. Press into the feet, breathe. Nice. On your next natural breath, use that breath to carry you all the way up, up, up. Hands come down. And then we can come into extended warrior by bending that front knee. Rest the forearm. Press through that baby toe edge, that blade. and then slowly reach through that top arm, palm facing down. It can rest in the direction of that top ear. So you could be looking up so the heart can shine. So we can really open the shoulders and the heart here. Feeling that worthiness. Nice. And then slowly here it can windmill down and all the way around. Come all the way up towards the ceiling and triangle down. Pull up through that bottom hand. Feel that connection to the navel. Nice big inhale here. And exhale into the navel. In through the nose. Out through the nose. One more. We'll press through the feet. Let that carry us up. And then we'll bend the left knee. Square off the hips and send that back knee down. Come into all fours, and we'll come into a little bit of nose to knee connection on this side. So when you're ready here, the other side. So left leg comes out. A little exhale as the knee comes in towards the nose and inhale it out. You can exhale it in, a little squeeze to the belly. Inhale it out. And how about one more here? And then you can rest it down. Come all the way into your child's pose. So you can come in with the legs nice and close, heels down. If that's not available, sometimes if you have a sore knee or you've had surgery and you don't have that ability to come into flexion, you can come into melted heart. So the heart can rest down on a surface. So I'm using a block, palm over palm and forehead on top. So a light little melted heart is super soothing. So feel that waterfall right from the pelvis all the way downward. Wherever you find yourself, one more breath here. We'll press into the mat and we'll let ourselves come up for the yin part of our series today by bringing our soles of our feet together in Baddha Konasana. So cobbler pose. I like to play around a little bit with the toes, so go ahead and look at your toes. See if you can bring the baby toes in, and you might need your fingers at the start. So use your fingers. I remember when I first started this, it was super difficult, and I thought, oh no, I'll never get this. But here now, I got little monkey feet, and they're definitely doing it. When they come together, we'll do a little somatics. So somatics, you need some pendiculation. So a little squeeze and then release. So that's the difference between yoga and somatics, basically, in a nutshell. Then somatics, you have a little squeeze and release. There's this yawn type of maneuver that we do. So here we go again. Big toe comes apart first. Leave the fingers on the other toes. And then the other toe comes. And then the next, next, and next. And then let them come together slowly. Give them a little press. There's the pendiculation. Feel the muscles fire up. And then release. We'll come into a little bit of somatics before we come into the yin. I love to marry the two. So go ahead and bring the legs up. Hands on the outer edges. Give a little press into the arms. they're offering a little bit of resistance. So with the eyes closed, feel and sense all the muscles working. Which muscles are firing up and activating and stimulating to create this action. Once you can settle, let them, please. Feel that release. It might feel like dominoes effect. All the muscles loosening their grip. And then again, legs come up, arms on the outer edges. You offer a little resistance. Notice what you feel. You might even feel it all the way up the spine, to the shoulders, to the neck. As you release, feel all those muscles come on out of contraction and smoothen out and dissolve. Take a nice big breath there. Let's do one more for good luck. Legs come up. Gentle press downward. And then relax and soften when you can. We're going to do a nice little lock-in, so go ahead and bring the hands on the inner edges like you're pressing into cement. Press, 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 and relax. So, a lot of different ways to relax in this pose. So yin, for the spirit of yin, you want to come to a place where you can really let go, so we're not gripping anywhere. So if you need some support, please use it. You may need a block underneath the thigh, maybe a pillow. Maybe you'll bring your bolster right underneath the knees. Go ahead and come into any which way that you need to build the floor up to you for that support. Or you can come in with no props and rest and relax. The arms can be your brakes, your brace, or they can be your weights. And you can use the elbows as weights as they hover. Wherever you are, the head can sink down, the eyes, the chin to chest, and notice what you notice. A light little roll of the head maybe, or complete stillness. If hanging the head here for these 2 long minutes feels undoable and unreachable for you, you can slowly lift the head when you need to, and then gently come and join us when you can. So notice those highlighted areas, these areas where you can send your breath. So a lot of times you come into yoga, you can send your breath there. Of course the breath is going into the lungs, but there's prana, there's this energetic quality, this energy. Wherever you bring your mind's eye to, that prana can follow like a magnet. So let's go ahead and send some breath to that highlighted area now. And then now let's see if we can relax everywhere else through the jaw. Let it slacken. Let the shoulders become like weights. Feel that relaxation gently pour down the back body into the pelvis, nice and heavy, weighted. Three more breaths right here. And gently on your next inhale, very softly walk your hands towards you. Let the head rise just a little bit here. Feel that pouring down of all that energy, all the way down, the quality of the body here as we pause. You can take the hands on the outer legs and help them to come towards each other, and go ahead and extend them out. After a yin pose, you can do one of two things. You can slowly come onto your back and pause. So let's go ahead and do that. Notice how you feel in your alignment. Right from your heels all the way to the calf, to the knee, to the sit bones. That targeted area, lower spine all the way through the mid-back. The shoulders might be tingling, the belly, the neck, all the way to the back of the skull. Take one more breath, notice how you feel. And then we can go ahead and bring one leg in. We're going to come into a restorative pose now. So we're going to bind by bringing the palm up and thread it right where the knee bends. And then allow now it to grip. So a light little gripping action here. So notice how this feels as the body settles down all the way into your mat. In the spirit of restorative, we let go. So if this is unavailable, you can always use a scarf to bring it behind the back of the leg. Bring it into the hands and let the hands come on down. You can bring the scarf over the shin. The hand that's down can come up. And just notice how you feel. One more breath on this side. Then you're softly going to bring the other one up and switch. So bring the other hand in, palm up, so that we resist gripping. So you want the palm up so that we can resist that gripping. You can always bring the hand into that other hand if it keeps on sliding out. The other arm can come up. So my right arm is in my left, and my left arm is upward. So a beautiful twist of all the arm fibers here. Feel that twist all the way into the shoulder, into the neck. Let yourself relax down. One more breath right here. And then very softly from here, you're going to bring that foot into the floor, bend up the other knee, and roll over to that side. Use the momentum to help you to get up into a comfortable seated position. You can raise the sit bones just a wee bit here. Bring the palms together in that deep appreciation for yourselves for showing up. You can stay here in a comfortable meditative pose with the spine stacked. The head right on top. Shoulders will feel like they're stacked over the hips. And so you feel this elegance of the spine reaching up through the palate, through the crown, the heart wide open. You can stay here noticing your breath for as long as you'd like. Or you can come into a comfortable Shavasana on your back and rest. Whichever feels good. But if you've carved out only these 45 minutes, please bring your palms together. Another nice big inhale together. Exhale, bow. From our hearts outward, we pour this beautiful energy to those that need a little uplifting today, a little support. Namaste.